Cast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Scribblers. This is Kevin. Glad to be back. Hope everybody had a great week. I'm actually back from my long trip, and I promise this will be a little bit better than last week. Last week was a little difficult. It's hard when you're on the road and you don't have all your equipment with you, but it's good to be back. I did have a good trip. Thank you, Yvonne. I do appreciate that. It was good. I went from coast to coast and saw my old state of California. It's been many years, but it was good to be out there. It really was. Though I love Florida, I love the green. I really do. But California is beautiful. It's beautiful also. But I'm sure where you guys live, it's gorgeous also. We've got people in Dublin. I'm sure it's gorgeous there and very green. But good to have you guys back. A lot of people coming aboard here. We're going to give it a few minutes as we always do. Tonight, we're going to go over the system, a quick overview. I'd like to talk about a few things tonight. I'd like to talk about how you guys can earn money using Sqribble, like I have. I kicked in within 2 weeks. I was making money, and I should be doing it more. Actually, I don't want to say lazy. I'm just so busy with my other businesses that. But this was the funnest, I have to say. If I could do this day in and day out, I'd make a lot more money. So I got to think straight here. But when you've got your consulting jobs or whatever you're doing, it's hard to get away from those. So anyway, I got some questions. Yes, we will be going over some of the tools tonight. We're going to do our best to do that. So yes, we will do that. It would be great. Still people coming aboard. Hang on one second. See how many questions I have here. Welcome, though. It's great to have everybody here. If you can, tell me where you're from. I already know where a lot of you guys are from, but we got a lot of new people in. So if you could just at least let me know where you're from, that would be great. Hawaii, of course, California. That is great. Washington, I see that. UK, welcome. A lot of people in the US, I see. Yes. Oklahoma. Yeah. Texas. Great to see you guys. Wonderful. Colorado. Yes, another Texas. Ooh, Texas is leading the pack. Here we go. It's great. Anyway, we're going to get started tonight. For a lot of, San Fernando, you didn't stop by. Tracy, I was right by you. Oh my gosh. That's where I was pretty much. If I would have known that, I probably would have said, hey, let's have a coffee. But there'll be a next time. I think I'll be flying out again to help this company out once again. So if we do that, I'll make sure. Right in the same area, Tracy. But it was a lot of fun. Any other questions? Okay, we only got a few more minutes. It's 6:03. Like I said earlier, though, we're going to go over a few things like how you can earn some money, some ideas for you guys. We need to talk about, what's your motivation? What's the main reason you purchased Sqribble? Was it to write a book? Was it to earn money? Was it for success? Always 90% of the time, of course, it's to earn some extra income. Of course it is. And if you say it's not, then you're an anomaly. And my hat's off to you. But most people do. And that's not a bad thing. Don't ever think that money's a bad thing. It's definitely, if you utilize it correctly and make more money with the money you earn, that's probably the best thing you could probably do. Yes. And yes, Tracy, next time I do come back, I'd love to go back there and have that great Mexican food, of course. California has some of the best. I know that. But that would be great. I miss that. I got to say, Florida's pretty good, but not like California. California is definitely much better at that. If anybody has any questions before we start the call, go ahead and ask them now so I don't have to try to get to the questions while I'm putting on the webinar here. Another thing we're going to do too is we're going to talk about some of the tools, and we want to see how you guys are doing with the tools. The tools are easy if you use the tools, if you continue to use the tools. The first day you use them, of course, you get a little lost. But as you do anything 3 or 4 times, you're going to start seeing it. And then you're going to click on something else and go, oh my God, I didn't know it did that. So when you pull up these editors, just put your mouse over it and a little pop-up will tell you kind of what it is. And that's what you need to do. One of the first things you guys really have to do when you're in the system, of course, is upload some pictures. See if you guys can upload some pictures. If you're having problems with uploading pictures, just let me know here. No one else can see your questions. So if you have a problem with that or anything that you have issues with within Sqribble, just drop me a chat here. No, like I said, no one else can see it, and I'll make sure I go over those areas within the system. And we really need to. And I think and I feel that the hardest part for everybody is learning the tools. I think you guys are all really, really bright in the first place for doing this. But I think the hardest part, of course, is programming, which is learning the editing tools. And they're not that hard. So we'll go through them as you guys ask the questions and all of that. It's really not that difficult. And other people are saying here, I just asked the question, of course, are you here for money? Are you here for success? A lot of you guys are saying, yeah, I'm here for the cash. And, oh, by the way, hello, Toronto. I just saw someone else come in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Had to say that for sure. But we are here for the money. That's what makes the world go around. It helps you, it helps you with so much. Just not even just paying the bills. It just helps you feel comfortable. And just know you're going to make the money. Don't stress about your bills as much as everybody else does. Just know you're going to make the money, and weird things happen. It always does happen. So just make sure you guys do that, really. And let me see. Someone else is asking the question, is anybody else having trouble printing the flip book? The printer icon is having issues. It could be your browser. Support, they say it's working from theirs. Yeah, wrong. Okay. Any idea? Yeah, it depends on what computer you have. So if anybody can answer that question, of printing the flip book, let me know. It might be if it's a Mac. Okay, that could be the issue, but we'll find out. And I'll ask that question to support also. If anybody here can answer that, that would be great. I'm not sure, Yvonne, but that's a great question. It truly is a great question. Yes, I know. We'll see what we can do. The flip book is great. It truly is great. I've never had a problem with actually ever downloading anything in the system, but I got a Windows. I got the old Windows, and I should go Mac. I think everybody wants to go Mac, but no one wants to go to Mac. If that makes any sense. I think us old timers would love to do a Mac, but we're so hardened on the Windows machine that we've all been working on for the last 10, 20 years that we're kind of old school and it's hard to switch over. But I would love to. Okay, someone's asking the question, what's the difference between a single image and an image feature? Now, I have to dig deep into that one and see exactly your meaning on that one. What's the difference between a single image and an image feature? I'm not quite understanding that, and I know it probably sounds simple, but I have to have it worded, or I have to be in the system to see that. Feature also adds in text. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what we can do and answer some of those questions. Okay, it's late enough. We've already started, but once again, this is Kevin with Sqribble. Welcome to the Tuesday night call. It's a pleasure to have everybody here. We got a good group once again on a Tuesday, and it's funny because in the summertime, I really see the people that are here. You guys are really, really committed, and I appreciate that, because in the fall, coming to the fall and into the holidays, we get more people. August is always the slowest time for an online business. It always is. It always has been. So if you're marketing, you're doing other things, you're having a good month, hallelujah. Go for it. Yeah, baby, all that good stuff, because August is usually a slow, slow month. Like I said, I've been doing this for many, many years, and we always knew when August came around, it's time to go on vacation or time to lay low and don't worry about the sales, because I have several businesses that I consult for, and sales are slow. They are definitely slow. I just had one of my clients say, how we doing? I said, well, it's August and we're making sales, but not like we will be coming into the fall. And it's just the nature of the beast. Everybody's boating or swimming or out and about, smelling the flowers, so to speak. And everybody's, doing their own thing. It's summertime. So don't think badly of yourself if you're trying to advertise, you're trying to market. It does get much, much better. It's like this every single year. So just, don't worry about it. And if you guys have a website and you guys are marketing some stuff and you want to try to do some free advertising, go do, you guys got Sqribble here. You have Sqribble. So you can make all sorts of pages or little banners. You can create anything you really want here, a lot of it. And if you have Presenter, you can even do more, of course. But, Instagram is not a bad site to have. If you have a website or you're selling stuff, Instagram actually gets you traffic. I get a lot of visitors to different sites that I have for different people. And I just, I help them with Instagram. They manage it, they run it. I just kind of tell them what to do. And sure enough, every day they're getting visitors. Most of the clients that I have, they are getting visitors from all around the country, all around the world, or wherever it is. It's not in China. I know that. Instagram is not in China, but it pretty much everywhere else. And the reason I know that is that people do text me and call me and say, hey, I got a visitor. What do I do? And all that stuff. But Instagram's good because a lot of businesses see it. I'm not going to tell you it's super fantastic, but it does get you traffic. So you may want to try that. That's just one of those things I kind of want to let you guys know. Now, with everybody here that's just brand new to the system, the one thing I want to show you guys tonight, let's get into this real quick first. The ghost book, the collaboration, really important for the new people that are here and don't understand what the collaboration is. Let me show you real quick, but I kind of want to show you guys what you need to do. We're in the Sqribble system. Everybody has this. Now, if you're going to collaborate with us and you want to collaborate, I want you guys to go, I'm going to give you the email. I want you to go to sqribblebookteam@gmail.com. And I want you guys to say, hey, I want to be part of the collaboration. It's a ghost book that we're writing. Adil, the owner of Sqribble, is actually the main person within the book. And what it's all about, basically, and this is for the new people, here's the email. And you guys should have gotten that. What you want to do is you want to send an email, say, hey, my name is so-and-so, and I'd like to be part of the collaboration. And what we do is we want you to come in and write a paragraph, write a page, write 10 pages, write whatever you can. Please just go in there. We've had some people come in, and Lynn, who's my pretty much, and Percy, these two are my right hand. And Lynn has been telling me that several of the people have came in and have been really good writers. So we're excited about that. So come on in and keep writing, keep doing what you can possibly do. Now, we're going to get more into it. The people that are really kind of adding to the book, we notice that. And when we notice that, that's real important for us because we kind of see who really has who's really working it. And that matters because when you're working anything, we see that. And if there's anything we can do to help you out, earn money, and do some of the things that we're doing, we're going to be there for you. We're going to be there for everybody, but we know the people that are working the book, those are the ones that are going to really go forward and make things happen. So anyway, you see, you've got the email there. So first thing you're going to do is when you get into Sqribble, and this Sqribble right here is not yours. This is the collaboration Sqribble. Everybody will have the same login to get into this master Sqribble. This is the collaboration. So I really want to state this. If you guys join the collaboration and you think you're going to your Sqribble and you want to see what we're doing, you're not going to see it. We're going to send you back the login information for this Sqribble. Everybody has the same login, and I'm going to go to projects. I'm going to show you kind of what's going on. And I think that's confusing a few people out there. I think it's actually they're thinking when we're collaborating that it's going to be in your system, and it's not. It's actually going to be in this master system that we have right here. So when you come in, you're going to see this, and it's going to say sign up sheet. This is the third thing that you're going to open up, step-by-step video training. This is just some of the videos. Right here it says open this first. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to open this first, and it's going to walk you through what you need to do. Then this one says, please read this second. That's pretty easy, you guys. Real easy. And then sign up sheet, open this third. Now, Lynn has done a really good job with this, throwing this in there. I know Percy's been part of it also. Like I said, my hat's off to them. They've really helped us out get in here. And then what happens is we give you a master copy of your of the book for you. And you can see your name is in here. We got a lot of different people. We still got openings. We still got some openings. So we're putting about 20, 25 people into this one, and you can all be part of the book. But this will walk through it pretty much, just from beginning to end. These are some of the videos that I'm putting together right now to help you out also. So more videos are coming. They're going to be downloaded. We're going to put them into this. So we're trying to give you as much, paint by numbers, so to speak, as we possibly can. So when you come into the system, you're going to do this. Now, I have to tell you, when we send you the login information, it's not yours to log into your Sqribble. So the first thing you guys have to do, I'm going to show you this. You have to log out. And when you log into your other one, you're going to see your login information. What I'm going to ask you is to take your name out, take your password out, and put in the login information that we give you. If you try to log in to the Sqribble and your other browser is open, like if I clicked here and you had another Sqribble open in another panel, in another window, it won't work. This one would default over to your Sqribble system. Does that make sense? It's called a stored session, basically. And it happens a lot. So if you're trying to log into a Sqribble, a second Sqribble account or another account, and you already have one open on your desktop, your own, a lot of times it won't work. Even though it shows that it's the right username and password, it won't work. So just remember, log out, change it to the credentials we're going to send you, then sign in once again. But you have to be signed out. And we're getting a lot of people that's confusing them. So make sure you just log out. And then the first thing you're going to do, you're always going to go to projects. When you log into the Sqribble collaboration, you're going to go into projects. And once again, you're going to see all this. So this is real important that I kind of walk you guys through this to make sure that you guys are, into this and seeing this all. Your name should show up here. And then you're going to be able to get in here and start editing. Now, if you have any problems with some of the instructions, let us know. Go to the Sqribble book team, Sqribble book team at Gmail or ebook team at gmail.com and let us know. We're improving this daily. We're improving this as much as we possibly can. It's changed a lot, and the navigation should get easier and easier as we go forward, only because you guys are giving us, ideas on what we need to actually do. So it's very, very important that we do that. Okay, so you guys kind of get the idea on this one, what you need to do. And I am going to actually log out of this one, so just hang on. Then I'm going to take this just for a second. I don't need to have everybody seeing my username or password. And then I'm going to come back in. And here we are again. Now, this is my system here. Now, if I go to projects, I kind of want to show you something here. This is some of my stuff right here. So we're out of the Ghost collaboration stories, and now we're back into the my system. And this is the system that's making the money. And I need to make a lot more money, but I've done pretty well with this system, just messing around, just kind of hanging out and just doing it. And I'm not, there's no pressure. I just did it. And I think sometimes it works better that way when we do it like this. The first one that I did, of course, was the $2,700 one. This goes way back. This was last year, and it was only a couple weeks after I had gotten Sqribble. And this is the ideas I kind of want to give everybody here. Everybody knows a business. Everybody knows that cafe on the corner, the coffee shop. There's a million coffee shops everywhere in the northern part of the United States, and it must be everywhere else too. We've got Starbucks everywhere. But when you get to the South, we don't have those coffee stands like we have up in the North Country, because if you don't know much about the United States, and I'm sure you do, it's kind of split. When you go south, like California, Texas, and the bottom states, it's warmer. It's much warmer during the wintertime. Whereas if you go to the northern states like North Dakota and Idaho and Montana and Washington State and Minnesota and all those good states, it snows and it's very, very cold. And then us in the South, we're still seeing the palm trees wave, and it's, in the 60s and 70s most of the time. So it's two different climates here. So if you're doing a cafe or a coffee shop, I always thought coffee shops would do well, like in Washington State and some of those other states, because if you've ever been to Washington State, there's a little portable coffee stand everywhere, like millions, thousands of them everywhere. I was actually in Washington this last week. I actually went to California, and then I flew up to Washington for a day. And then and it's been a while since I've been up to Washington State, but once again, I remember there's a million different coffee stands up there. And so those are businesses And what I'm trying to get to here is when you're doing a business and you're trying to make money, my idea actually works. So why not run with it? What I would do is try to, talk to somebody or even do a demo form. Do a 3-page. It's so fast, guys. You guys can do this in a matter of 2 hours. You could do a demo for a company. If they say no, just change up the wording, go to the next company. But what I would do is kind of like what some of the books that I did here. The GS Mock one was a good one here. And I'll open that one up. Let me see what else I've got. And I reused it. I actually reused it for another company, as you guys know. Um, and I I made a couple thousand on that one too. But I'll open up this one just so you guys can kind of see for the new people. And it's going to take a second to load. So as it's loading, it's probably loading pretty quick. What I want to tell you guys is what I did here was so different. All I did was get an idea and I ran with it. And like I told everybody else, make sure you talk to the owner and make sure that they have a website. So if you can go look at their website before you even talk to the owner, that's even better. Now, to make $200 or $300 a shot should be a walkthrough. Really, really should be a walkthrough. And I'm going to try it. I'm going to go and lowball somebody. For me, that's lowball. I think 200 or 300 should be a walkthrough. Should pretty much be sit down, pay me the money. I'm going to build you a nice little system here, kind of a, something that they can put into YouTube. Even if that's what we wanted to do, we could create a video out of it also. So I could make the book, the PDF, and then I could use recording software like Snagit, which is a one-time fee, or any other capture software. I could record around it and just let it run. Or like the flip book, you could put it in the flip book and flip the pages. And I already did that. I did that with with this system here. I actually gave them a flip book. I used Snagit and then ran a video and I flipped the pages, which were outside the video so no one could see it. And it looked really good. And I'll train on that again. And it was just something that we kind of walked through. And then sure enough, after we did this in Sqribble several months ago, a deal came out with Presenter and they have an automated flip book system already in there. That's wonderful. Oh my. If you have Presenter, you're going to be able to do it even easier than what you could do in Sqribble. So this is the book. And this is what I did. I just, they're a Chinese company and they sell machines. They sell all sorts of machines and they're plastic machines. For the normal person, they're boring as heck. But these are huge machines that melt plastic and make all sorts of weird stuff, stuff you'd never imagine. From coffee cups to bags, that you see in all the Walmarts and things like that. Just weird machines that make the weirdest stuff. But anyway, what I did is I targeted the company out of China. I'd worked with them before several years back, and I thought these guys are perfect. And they made a popular machine that makes 3D filament for companies that sell the 3D filament. What they sell is a huge machine that's like 50 feet long, and it makes like 100, 200 reels a day of different colors of 3D filament. If you don't know what 3D machine is, they have a little roll, a little spool of kind of like, it looks like wire, but it's plastic, colored, and it melts in the 3D machine and it makes any object you can think of, from a spoon to a cup to a vase to parts. It's really a big business now, and I'm seeing it grow and grow more and more because the 3D industry is huge. They're making rocket ships, they're making cars, and they're making little hobbyist toys. So it goes on from there. So this is what I did. First thing I did is get a picture from their website of the company and all their team. The owners were right in the middle here of the picture. So I knew if I put the employees in there and the owner, if I could find a picture, that pretty much would give me 50% of the sale. That would give me that'd give me a leg up 50% of the time. It has worked every single time that I can find a picture like this. So if you can find a company with pictures of the employees, this and that, it's wonderful. And if you can only find separate pictures of the owners, and then you get another picture of this employee, employee 2, employee 3, try to put them together in a collage. It's easy to do. And we can kind of, you could do that. If you do something like that, you could do it easily in Sqribble. And I need to show you how to do a collage if you don't know how to do it, because you could how you can move pictures around in Sqribble, like this picture here. I could upload another picture, put it right next to this one, upload another picture, put it right next to this one. I could move this text down. And then all I'd have to do is use Snagit, and I just draw around it, let go of my mouse, and it would capture the image. There you go. And now it's one big image with a collage. I'm just trying to give you guys ideas. And this is stuff that I've done, it's second nature and it's easy. It's super, super easy. So if you guys really want to be able to do that, it would be great. Oh, someone's just saying okay, someone's just asking here. The email link is not working. Sqribblebookteam at gmail.com. It's not a link. It's an email address. I'm sorry. So if you guys send that, if I'm wrong, would someone please look at this? I'm going to send it again. So it's an email. I'm sorry if I didn't explain that correctly. It's not a link. So you're going to send from your email to this email if you want to be part of the collaboration on the ghost story. We're writing a ghost story. So that would be great, John, if you could do that. That'd be wonderful. Okay, back to how to make money. So what I did is I took the picture and then I just, I took I copied some of their information from their website. Then I had some pictures. I had some pictures from other clients that I had worked with of 3D filament. This is what 3D filament looks like, and it attaches to a 3D printer, which is a little $500 to, you can get 3D printers from $300 up. And they're really cool. You just stick this in there, you feed the little plastic thing in there, and boom, 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 it just makes stuff all day long. Now, this is boring stuff, and I don't need to bore you with it, but look what I did. Picture left, picture right. A little bit of content here, a little bit of content here, a little bit of content here. And none of this really is exciting. This is really super, super boring. To me, it's kind of cool because I know the industry and I've got 3D printers and I like it. But for most people, it's geeky and it just, don't bore me. But it did work. So I took pictures of where the filament comes out of because I knew the company would like that. This is their machine and they make all this equipment. So I took a picture of that and I took a picture of the computer that goes on the big machine and I took a picture of where they log into and it's called a PLC. And, I used the language and I just kind of got into their heads and did it. And do I know everything? No, I do not. Do I know enough? Yeah. But all I did, I know these machines because I put them together and I've helped clients actually run them, but it's simple. So any business that you're doing, just dig in a little bit. If someone's making coffee, if someone's got a restaurant, get into their menus, show pictures of their food, show pictures of the waitress. Go, if you can't get there, see if there's a live video feed that would be really cool. If there's a live video feed within the restaurant, that's great. But if not, try to get pictures. And if they don't, the owner they'll take pictures with their camera and send them to you. Don't be afraid to ask anybody because if you're doing this for them, you kind of want to tell them, hey, I'm going to do a little video for you, like a 3-minute or under video. It's also going to be a PDF. You're going to have kind of like this online. It's really cool. You can do several things with it. You can do a PDF slash sliding flip book video with it. So they can have 2 or 3 things from one PDF that you make. You can create a video out of it and a flip book out of it. So you can actually create 2 to 3 things for the company to give them more value. Another thing that you want to do is if they don't have a YouTube channel, go set it up for them. And if the name of their business is WashingtonCoffee.com, whatever, or Melinda's Coffee, they probably won't have a YouTube channel. Go in there, get the channel, Melinda's Coffee. You'll have to set up a Gmail account. That takes all but 6 minutes or so. And then from Gmail, because Google owns YouTube, it's really simple. Once you get the Gmail account, just go up to the bar while the Gmail's open and put in YouTube, and it will take them over, attach it automatically. And I'll have to do a training on this, but it's simple. So a Gmail account and then a YouTube channel takes a few minutes, and you'll name it like Melinda's Coffee at gmail.com, and then you'll name the page Melinda's Coffee on the YouTube channel, whatever it is. And if you set up those 2 things for them, say, hey, I set up a Gmail and a YouTube channel. Sounds huge, and it works. And because most people can't do this. And if you can't do this, you can do this. This is some of the simplest techniques that I use nowadays. And it really does get people fired up. And a lot of the people that are on this call right now, they are very, very good online. So this may seem boring to you, but I know a lot of people that are on the line also aren't used to this. So we need to, help you. We need to show you how to, the easy stuff for us is not easy for everybody else. And I know I talk to a lot of the people that are utilizing tools on a daily basis, and some of the geeks out there and some of the real knowledgeable people, they think everybody should know it, but you don't. And I understand that. So all I'm trying to do is give you hints on what to do. So we can put this book out there so you can kind of look at it and kind of copy it verbatim. All I would do is go, if you're brand new, just go left picture, right content, left content, right picture. Just stagger it. And like I did here, and I put a ton of pictures in here. And then I put, the name of the company, page 3. Then I did a really cool on my phone. Everybody has panorama on their phone. If you don't know that, go down to your photos on your thing and it'll say more. And then go find panorama. And then you click it and then you carefully drag your picture to the right a little bit and then hit stop or whatever. But anybody can do a panorama. And that's what I did here. And it kind of gave a great effect because you can go really wide where normally a picture, if you did a standard, static picture, it wouldn't give you this. So I just did some different ideas. Then I took some more boring pictures, the air, blah, blah, blah. This stuff is so boring. It's making me bored. But you see, the company loved this because it's theirs. They made this. Now, they send this out to prospective clients. I actually did a video form. They put it on YouTube. And get this, one of the videos, I think it was number 3 of the company for search results since it had been out there. I mean, it's gotten a lot of views. I'm not going to say tens of thousands, but for the company, it got a lot of views. I mean, they were getting 50, 60, 100 views, this and that. We were getting hundreds because they'd send it out to a lot of the prospective clients and they watched this and they looked at it and they it gave them an idea kind of what's going on. So it's just something to think about. Like I said, more boring pictures, shows you what they get and all that. So this is all I did. And then you look at the formatting. Look what I did. I went, up here, I went left, right, picture, content. Here, I just did a big picture in the middle. Then I did 2 more pictures and hardly any content. So fill your space. Fill your space with pictures and content. Do you think I spent a lot of time doing this? No. This whole thing, I probably did it in a couple hours, but of course, I probably spent another day doing edits, making sure everything was peachy, but literally a couple hours. I mean, look at this. There wasn't a lot of content. I threw it in there. I did way more pictures in this thing as we went forward. And then I changed it up. I did a paragraph up here, 2 pictures, did another paragraph or 2 pictures, a couple more, same thing. I got bored, so I just did the same thing on 3 of them. Then I went back. I got excited again, did the left picture, right content, and then I went left content, right picture. Same thing, did a couple more. Put a lot of pictures in because visual was really good. Not a lot of content, though. When you really think about it, for how much I made on this, it wasn't bad. I made close to 3K, and it was less than a day. I mean, it was really only a couple hours that I did this. So let's just say it took me 4 or 5 hours with all the pictures and everything else. Still, whatever it was for a day, that's great pay. If you made $3,000 every day, you would be in the Millionaire Club. And the reason I know that is because it's something that we've always known for years and years, that when you're around 3K a day, do the math, you're right there at $1 million. You're pretty close. So that, that's a good thing, I got to tell you. And this is what the filament looks like, and this is some of the stuff, and this is what it looks like when it's all done, and then they weigh it out and blah, blah, blah. We just took pictures. That's all we did. Some of the colors. And then we said, the very best monofilament system for precision and production. Those words sound so important, but it sold. They didn't even question it. They just did it. But part of the deal was, I go back, it was the picture. This was made in Sqribble. This was completely made within Sqribble, the flip book, everything that I did here. Then, of course, I got the picture. So remember, just take notes and remember that you could do this. Now, I charged a lot. If you're going to want to get started and only charge a little bit, even, if you're charging 150, 200, or you have to decide how well the business is doing. If the business isn't doing real good and they're a little business and you want to help them out, you make that decision. Basically, the minimum I'd ever do is 150 first starting out, and then I would climb up to 300, 400. It's what the market will do, because everybody's different. If it's a big company, I will charge more. If it's a small mom and pop, then I basically charge less, just because they're not making as much as these huge corporations and doing everything else. So I'm going to back it up. So that was one of the books that I did there. And I did another one that was pretty much the same. I took the same book and ran with it right here. I did, this was another plastic company, but I think that was just a duplicate. I got to find out. Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, this was one right here. Yeah, so I did a couple. I've done like three or about four or five of them, I think, already. So I just want to kind of give you guys the idea that making money isn't that difficult. And if you guys do have questions on what you should do, so the first thing I would do is if you when you first start out, find a company that you might kind of know the owner or the people within. You really want to try to at least kind of know the owner or at least get an idea, and try to do a 3-page form and say, hey, if I could do something for you and get you a video online, on YouTube, and get it all set up for you and give you a nice PDF that you could present to people or tell them to go to, that would you do it? And most of the time, they'll say, can I see some of your stuff? Say, sure. I'm going to give you a demo, give them like a 3-page demo. And then from there, it's pretty much a walkthrough. Just do your due diligence. Try to get pictures of the owner. Try to get pictures of some of the employees, and then go from there. It's really important that you do that, and just make it as sellable as you can. And then you don't do the YouTube or you don't do that for free until they accept it. But you can tell them, I'm going to set you up a YouTube channel. I'm going to set up your Gmail account for the company, or for the YouTube. A lot of times, everybody has a Gmail account, but you'll probably want to set them up. If they already have their melindascoffee@gmail.com, then you may want to just put, a variation of that. Like if it's melindascoffee.com, you may just want to do Melinda's Best Coffee, at Gmail, because Gmail accounts are free. And all you got to do is set up the Gmail account, and the YouTube's pretty much automated right from there, because Google owns both of them. So they're tied in. And when you log in, get this, when you log into the Gmail account and you want to go to the YouTube channel, all you got to do is put in the top browser, in the address bar, when you're in there in your Gmail, when you're in the Gmail for Melinda's Coffee or Melinda's Best Coffee, whatever, just put YouTube in the browser, hit go. It automatically sees that you're in the Gmail account, and it takes you to the right YouTube channel. Google's that sophisticated now, and if you don't know that, it's there, and it really, really does work well. And the reason, there's a lot of things you guys really need to start doing too, is that Gmail gives you a free drive. And a lot of you don't know what Drive is, but you can download all your videos, all your pictures, all your stuff in your Gmail account. And it's so cool because you can't access your computer all the time. I can't. I'm always traveling and doing this. But it's so cool because when you're on your phone and you go to your Gmail account, which everybody can, you just go to Drive. It's right there. And all your videos will pull up. All your pictures will pull up. If you're doing Notepad or Word or whatever you're doing and you need to access files, you always think from the past, you got to get to your computer. No more. You use the Drive. I use the Drive every day because there's always little files or something that I want to save that I need to access quickly, and I use the Gmail Drive. And if you guys need a video on that, it's easy. It's a free thing. You get like 2 gigs or something huge. You get a lot. I haven't used mine up yet, and it's been wonderful. It really has worked out very well. Now, when you're doing this too, and a lot of you are very busy. Oh, 15 gigabytes. Is that how much they give me, Therese? Wow, I didn't know that. Someone just said that. Okay, someone else is asking. Okay, wow. So, okay, 50. If they give us 15 gigabytes, wow, you'll never run it out. So Google Drive is an asset. It really is. Now, one thing I'd really like to see you guys do too is of course, get into the collaboration. It's really wise. And just do what you can. If it's a paragraph, if it's a sentence, at least go in there every week and write a sentence or something or more, whatever you can possibly do for your own well-being, because you're going to get a lot more help as we go forward too. But if you guys, and when you guys are working this and you guys are putting in 30 minutes a day, you're going to make 30 minutes a day worth of money. Now, if you're doing 60 minutes a day, you're going to more than double. And the reason is it's compounding at this time. And there's always something about compounding that I understand because I was a programmer. The more time you sit and you're doing the online thing, you're actually, every time you go over 30 minutes, it kind of multiplies more and more because your thoughts get faster, everything starts gelling together much better, and you'll get like 3 times as much as you would normally do at 30 minutes if you're doing 60 minutes. Plus, you're going to make way more money. So my advice is if you give 30 minutes, fine. That is going to make you income no matter what. If you're doing 60, you're going to start climbing over each hill and going further and further as you go forward. I know because I've sold a lot of retail and a lot of different things online, you know, literally thousands of different things throughout the years. And it's been very, very healthy. You know, it's been a lot of fun. And I keep thinking I need to do it more and more. Um, you know, I really got excited because I sold these books so quick, and I'm trying to understand in my own brain, why am I not doing this more full time? It really is kind of a dumb moment for me because I'm looking at it and it made a lot of money with very little effort. I spent less than a week making all these books. Really, easily less. I mean, less than 5 days, actually. If I did full 8 to 10 hours a day, there's no way I mean, I did all these much quicker than that. They weren't that hard. So I really need to start thinking what I am doing with these different businesses. So now, you know, every time I get online with you guys are healthy for me because I start thinking back and thinking, what in the hell am I doing? There's a lot of money on this and we need to really start hitting it. So these work manuals or these little websites that we're building, I don't want you guys to think Sqribble as just an ebook creator. That is silly. Anybody who just says, oh, it's an ebook creator, you can do so much. It's like you can make ads, you can make one-page wonders, you can make presentations out of them. It depends on how you put it out there. And remember this, I use Snagit, and I got to keep going back to it. It's like 50, 60 bucks. I bought the new one, and I had the other one well over 10 years, and it was still great. Still really, really super great. The reason I had to upgrade to the new one is my audio was starting to slip. It was really hollow. It wasn't sounding good. So that's why I bought the new one. I bit the bullet and spent 50 bucks, I think it was, or whatever it was. It's real cheap. And then it's one time. You don't have to keep paying it. They do ask for maintenance, but you don't have to do that. I never do. But Snagit was really cool because now every time I make these PDFs, I can do so much more. I can do a flip book and record it. And what's really cool about it, when I record it, there's arrows to the left and to the right. I can box it in within the arrows, put the arrows outside the box that's being recorded. And as the flip book's on page 1, I just click to page 2 and they can't see it in the video. And I'm talking or I'm doing whatever. Say, hey, this is Kevin and look at this tree. This tree's wonderful. And the next page is an ocean with a fish in it. Isn't this great? Wonderful. And I just click the flip book and it keeps going to the next page, to the next page. It's really cool. And if you don't like that, we can get free music and just put it on the background as we go forward. Or you can get a script. And you can get a script, and we have this in Talkable within the system. We have Talkable. You could use Talkable and do a script, and you can sync it perfectly so page 1 speaks for you in a nice British accent if that's what you wanted. And I always say the British accent because the 25-year-old male from UK, I don't know why, but it outsold everything else we did on retail because I work with other people too, big groups that are much better than I am on some of the marketing techniques out there on YouTube and stuff. Some of these guys doing 30, 40, 50 grand a day. Really, I'm not kidding. They are making this much money. And so, you know, some of the techniques they're doing, I just kind of followed suit and you know, whatever I can take from them, it is wonderful. So just remember, when you build a PDF, go outside the box. Start thinking different. Start thinking, you know, don't be normal here. Whatever you do, just start thinking all the way out of the box. First thing you should do too is if you guys want to experiment, look in your neighborhood, look in your city, look where you're at, look at the, you know, you kind of want to go to stores or little, I don't want to say, you know, you want to kind of go to a place that's different, that's kind of cool. Let's think cool, because if it's a nice little convenience store, but it's kind of cool, or you know the owner and everything's great, that's fine. But a convenience store, say, is not as cool as a little cafe or a coffee stand or a little retail outlet or a boutique or whatever you're doing. These are the kind of places that are more apt to do something like this because they kind of want the local traffic. They kind of want a place to send people. And I can guarantee you, most of the companies have a website. And once they get the website, they never, ever, ever go back to their website and update it. Ever. So that website, I call it static. It stays static. And a website is a necessary evil. And because I know this, because I've built hundreds and hundreds of website systems for myself, selling retail and selling other things, and helped other clients also. They just, it's kind of like a place that you have to have because it has your domain. Yippee yahoo, everything's wonderful, but that's not what makes the sale. Now, these Shopify's and all these other sites out there, they're over glorified, and I'm not putting them down, but you have to send traffic to them. Even though, oh, I got Shopify, they don't work. They don't work unless you're sending lots of traffic to them. Whereas like Amazon or Etsy or some of these other businesses that have in-house advertising, that works, but you're paying to play. You have to pay for your ads, but it does work. And I know Amazon's a little higher than like Etsy. Etsy's cheaper, and you do get traffic, you do get sales. Some of those systems are solid because you pay to play, but you get action and you get sales. Whereas Shopify, no. If you got a Shopify site and you got all your stuff on there, you've got your merchant account set up or your PayPal or whatever, that's great. If you start building up and you've been in business for a couple of years, you're going to get more and more traffic. If you do have a website, you're getting zero, which most of you probably are, and I hate to break the news, is go to Instagram. Like I said, it's free. And you can make, on Sqribble, you can make pictures. You can just do pictures of whatever you're doing on your business, and you can upload the pictures to Instagram, and you can put your domain in there. You can put little tags and things like that. And believe it or not, if you do that and you do like 10 posts, they're called posts on Instagram, Google picks them up really quick. And if you're not being seen on Google, like if you put in your domain and you're not seen, that's normal because most people don't know how to do it. Instagram is a quick fix. Anybody can do it. You can throw your post out there. Boom, Google will they go through the internet and they just find those posts on Instagram automatically. And if someone puts in your domain, they're going to see you.com on Google. It's real important that you start being seen on Google. It really is, because you need to be found. So I'm just trying to give you guys some real quick tips here. Don't think that a website is everything. It really isn't. Okay, someone else is asking a question. Okay, about a URL. Let me see. Then the URL, okay. Trying to understand what you're saying, Therese, here. Yes, and we will be making, most of the stuff we're going to be making will be PDFs. That's the format. You can put a link in a PDF, which is really cool. Now, one thing I have to tell you, when we do a flip book or we do a video, we make a video around your PDF, your link won't work. That's okay, because when we upload it to YouTube, which takes seconds, everybody should go get a free YouTube. In the description right below the video, you can just put your link. You can put me.com right there and say, hey, please go to this site. Go check me out, and go from there. YouTube is very powerful, so you guys really want to make sure that you're seeing it. And let me see. Someone else is asking a question. Yes, site, place your domain. Yeah, and there's a lot of other tricks with your domains and things like that. Make sure your domain is really solid. When you pick a domain, kind of go through it. Don't think of the first thing. And the shorter the domain, the better you are. The shorter the domain, the better you are. So if you got a big long name, a mouthful, you're going to have you're going to have more issues. You really will. So try to, slim it down so people can spell your domain without having to think about it too much. Because if you're not being shown all over Google and you don't have anything out there, Google may not find you. So, Google used to be really, really good in its day when it was in the early years. They found everybody very quickly. They're so darn big right now. There's billions and billions of sites and URLs and all that. It takes a little bit longer. But if you do some of the other social networking stuff, you're going to get found like within the first couple days. It works every time. It truly does. So, make sure you guys do that. So when you guys come in here, the first thing I would do is, if you're trying to sell to a business, is pull up some images, upload them to your Sqribble site, not in the collaboration one. You're going to use your own Sqribble site, but upload like 5 to 10 pictures. That's the very first thing you should do. So if you're going to a business and you want to try them out, go to their website, capture some of their images, throw them into Sqribble, call the book, Mary's Cafe or Mary's Coffee Shop, whatever you're doing, and build 3 pages. Put a little bit of content in there, throw some stuff in there, do some cool stuff. You could even put if you want to build it out and you're pretty sure they're going to make it, then you can go to the 10 pages or more. 10 pages is enough. 10 pages you should be able to sell all day long, and you don't need a ton of content. All you need, like if it's a little cafe or a restaurant, you just need to show their menu items and say, ooh, this is good. Just put a little bit of stuff here and there, and it should sell. And make sure you put the owners, remember, put pictures of the people within it. If you can capture some of the employees, and stuff like that, it melts the hearts of the owners. It does. It would mine. So when you see that, it's kind of like you want your employees to see it, and it's pretty much like, hey, I am going to do this because my employees will love me. Everybody wants to be loved. So you just kind of go to you hit their heart, basically. You truly do, and you want to make sure that they're all in once you get started. And what I did with this company right here, I built it out probably 4 or 5 pages, and then I showed them 3. I knew they were going to buy it, so I built more pages, but I showed them like 3 pages, and it was a done deal pretty much. The next day I went in there and just finished it up really quick. And then I think I had the check like 3 or 4 days later. Right here, you can see I got a wire that came in, and it was great. I mean, the rest was history right from there. So that was quick and painless and fast. And like I said before, I really need to get back into doing this. There is a lot of money in this. And it's not like somebody who calls you up, because when you get a domain, how many emails do you get? How many emails do you get saying, hey, I'm so-and-so, I want to help you with your website. I'm really good and all that. And I appreciate those people. God bless them, because I think they're hungry and they want to work. And, I can't say enough about people like that. They're very ambitious, but you don't have to really chase people with this, because you're doing them a service, and you've already built them a 3-page demo, which is pretty much your selling point. Most companies wouldn't do that for you. They'd say, can I build your site? Pay me first, then I'll start. Where you get started a little bit and kind of run with it and, go from there. Most of the time they're going to take you. And if you go to 150 to 300 bucks or whatever it is, they're pretty much going to eat it all up and get you going. The key is, remember, do the PDF, do a little video, and then throw it onto a YouTube channel, because that's pretty much going to sell them. When they see themselves on YouTube, they're going to think, oh my God, this guy spent weeks on my site. What are they doing? When actually it only takes you, you could do, once you get the kind of the pages done and all that stuff, it takes you minutes to do the video, literally minutes. And a flip book is really cool. I like the flip book, because the flip book is, you can do a flip book, upload the video. You could do a regular video with a PDF going vertical. The flip book, of course, goes left to right. You can do several things here. So it's really, one PDF can be turned into 2 or 3 different items that you can upload easily. It really can. So and let me ask you guys this real quick. How many of you have a website with a domain? Please let me know. Just say yes or no if you have a website with a domain. Okay, there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, baby. 11, 12, 13, 15. Oh my God, it's going, going, going. Oh, I have several of them. A couple people are saying that. Oh my God, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we've got a lot of yeses here. We got a no. We got 1 no. Okay, cool. Great, Peg. Go, baby. I like that. That is cool. Okay, you got a domain and you're working on the website to get it up and all that stuff. Peg, if you need any help, I'm going to guide you toward the most easiest system. Do you have a system that you're working with right now? I just want to give you a hint here. So just go ahead and answer if you got it. Sort of. Okay. Can you tell me which system you thinking you're using? Are you using like Shopify? Are you using GoDaddy? Are you using Wix? Which one are you thinking of? Because I want to give you a quick hint. And a lot of people don't like my advice here, but it is the #1 web builder. Actually, if you go on the top 10, I never knew it was either. AWS. Okay. Do they is that Amazon? Is that an Amazon or AWS? Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's called, No Hassle Website. Okay. That's cool. If it's a Canuck, they're pretty smart. The Canadian friends are great. Okay, she has templates. Okay, and this is something I want to tell you guys all. Web developers are great if you know nothing, but the only problem is, and I'm gonna be good cop, bad cop here. The good thing is if you know nothing about websites, they're gonna put a good system up for you most of the time, and they're gonna do a great job, and that's wonderful. The only That's the good point. The bad point is when you need to make a change, like change a phone number and address, add a picture, guess what? You got to call them up and you're getting charged again. And that's one thing I learned a long time ago. So that's okay. Like anybody that uses, oh God, what am I thinking of? The web builder, the one that, oh, WordPress. A lot of people like WordPress because they've used it forever. Now, if I've used WordPress and I've done it over and over and over, and that's great. But for the bang for the buck, unless you're a big outfit, it's hard. WordPress is tough. So my advice, as one of them, is Wix. Why Wix? Go to Wix, Peg, or anybody else. It's free to get started, and you don't buy until they give you the 50% email off. And you can pay the yearly 50% off instead of paying like 23 bucks a month or whatever. Within 3 days, 4 days, a week, they're going to give you 50% off. And if you don't want to do it, wait another 2 weeks, another 50%. And if you don't like that, wait another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks. They keep sending you 50% off coupons. The really cool thing about Wix is you can build out the entire site. Don't add your domain yet, but you can build it all out. You can put all the images, you can do everything. Most systems don't let you do it, but they let you build it all out, all the videos and this and that. And then when you're ready, you just add your domain and it's in there. Yes, and it is. And people are saying it's very hard to get traffic unless you know SEO. It is for every website. Unless you're doing like Google ads or some other ads out there, you're not going to get traffic to your website. Remember, for me, I never get a website for traffic unless I'm doing like Amazon or Etsy, which I have clients that do all those. Now, Amazon, you got to have a website. They make you do it. Etsy, they want you to have a website too. And mainly I only have a website because I have to. It's my storefront. It's there. I don't get sales from the website, hardly ever anymore. And if you guys think you're going to get tons of sales, you guys are better than me. And that means you're paying on Google, you're doing the ads and all that. That's fine. But I hardly ever get traffic. I always target like the Etsy's and the Amazons if I want to do retail or if I want to sell something quick. Or I'm starting to go to Instagram and I'm starting to go to some of the other stuff out there like YouTube. And it's working. It's working. So you can get traffic that way. Traffic is not always easy. It truly isn't. YouTube is one of the best ways because you can get traffic, you can get your videos out there, and you will get people searching your stuff. So just try to, there's a large variety out there. I don't want to break anybody's heart and say, hey, you're going to put up a website, you're going to make a ton of money. It doesn't work that way because you have to send traffic, your direction. And Therese, I appreciate that. And I've always said that to people too. If you get a Shopify and things like that, you always think, oh, wow, I'm going to make a lot of sales, but they don't always tell you that you got to send the traffic to your own website. And that's why I do a lot of different systems out there. Collaboration and stuff like that. I think YouTube is an anomaly because the videos work. They work really, really well. So that's an idea for you too. You guys all need a website. Probably. You don't have to. If you're doing sales on different, if like some of the sites that you have pre-built for you, you can do that. Just remember, if it's not your domain, you're not going to get credit for it. So if you're really taking off and you're selling a product, you're selling something, you got to have a domain, you got to have your website, because you don't want your stuff going to kevin.com, because guess who gets all the credit and the attributes? It's Kevin. Kevin would get, if I had a massive website and I attached all your businesses to kevin.com, I would get all the rankings within Google. I would get all the credits. I would be the big dog. I would be getting the traffic. In YouTube, if you get like 100,000 visitors or 100,000 or something like that, you start getting that much, you monetize and you start earning money. You start earning big money. And I know a lot of people that are making, that's where the guys are making the big bucks right now, the 30, 40, 50 grand a day. But it's not that easy. You have to know Google, you have to get into their ad space, and you can do it. But it's just a different technique, totally. So there's a lot of different stuff out there. My advice is join the collaboration. Also get in here and start thinking of a book like a manual or a little pump up book for a restaurant or a cafe or a retail or boutique or a nail salon or whatever you're thinking of, you can do it. You guys really can. I'm going to start thinking outside the box a little bit more here. I'm going to see if I can get another book sold right away. I just got to find the time to do it. But I love selling the books. Who doesn't? It's always a lot of fun. So with all that, we're coming up on the top of the hour. Does anybody have another question? Yes, it is. And Percy just made a really good point. If you don't get started, you're not going to go anywhere. So you guys came into Sqribble and you bought the service and you did this. So let's get a little serious. You don't have to run out and go get your domain right now and go get your Wix. Remember, Wix you can build out and you don't ever have to pay for it till you're ready. That's why I like Wix. It's just I built sites for 2 or 3 months on there, and then later came in when I'm ready to finish it up because I had several different people going, and then we finish it up. So, but you have to get started. You do, and if it means just getting into Sqribble and building a nice little if you're even building a 5-page PDF, just go do it and finish it. Even if you don't get the sale from that boutique or whatever, you did it. But I believe if you get the owners and pictures of the teams and all that stuff, you can make the sale. Just don't overbid it your first time. Know what you're doing. Always go low because they'll usually take it on your first 1 or 2 sales. Just do it, feel confident, feel good. Because once you get a little cash under your belt, you're going to feel so much more confident. Then you can double, triple, do whatever. You're going to find you're just going to know how to charge them once you get going. It just comes natural after a while. So thank you for that, Percy. I really do appreciate it. Okay, everybody. I do appreciate everybody being on this evening. We're going to call it a night. I hope, I was able to give you guys a little bit of information on where to get started and what to do. There is a ton of money to be made out there. If you're not making money, you're not working and you're not thinking. You truly aren't. You are not thinking at all. And I haven't thought at all in the last couple of months because I haven't sold a book for a couple of months. But I'm going to get back in there and sell another one. I just need to get started. So I have to look in the mirror myself when I'm saying this to you guys because I need to get out there and make some more sales on this. It was too easy. I did them all boom, boom, boom. There wasn't one that said no. And I don't think it's luck. I think it's just going forward. I think I just knew that they were going to sell and they sold. So that's how it works. All right, you guys all take care. And we're going to see you next Tuesday. I appreciate everybody getting on. We got a lot of people that have been on tonight. And we will see you next week. And we'll get in. And if you guys have any questions, remember the Sqribble Book Team at Gmail. If you have anything that we need to train on, send it there and let us know. So any issues that you guys have, we'll try to reach you outside the box and try to help you out. So let's get going. Let's get fired up. And let's make some sales. So everybody have a good night. Take care. This is Kevin out for Sqribble. And we will all talk soon. Take care, everybody. Good night.